Hey guys, Sunday afternoon, and it's time for some more development. And we're going to carry on for now on our little side project. Okay, so what we're going to do in the meantime is we are going to build out our level just a little bit more. I'm going to keep it simple, but we will build it out a bit. Okay, and we shall do one more of them. This obviously isn't right. Need to zoom down a bit on that just to get it absolutely perfect. There we go. And the same with this. There we go. And now what we can do is we can copy these two and duplicate them. Right? Drag them to here. And to there. And actually this one is going to spin round a bit, or in fact what we could do is we could just move this up to here. Now after we've done this, what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of work on the monster and its AI. Okay. And it looks to me like this one can go. Then we can duplicate that. We'll zoom in a bit and get a view of this. Okay. And now what we can do is we can duplicate one more of them. Then we can duplicate this, which is a door. And we're actually going to have to spin this around. And put it in place. And actually it was the right way around in the first place. Duh. Actually it wasn't. But we'll spin that around. Now, is this in line? Doesn't look like any of these are actually in line. Right, so there's a problem here somewhere. Well, we have a problem somewhere. Right? And what we'll do is looks like there's something weird going on here. Right, we'll duplicate that. Zoom in a bit there. Right, it looks to me like we need to do that. Then we can duplicate that. Right, and we need to straighten this up a bit. Right. Okay. And now we basically copy a corner and we can zoom in here and we're going to have to spin this around to there. Okay. And we can duplicate this one. And we can now level this one up. That's fine. And it looks like that's out of line. Yeah. Looks like all of these ones are out of line slightly. So I'll just move these a bit. There we go. And basically we duplicate these. That was 2. And do 1, 2, and 3. I believe that's right. Then we can duplicate this last door. Right, now we are going to spin it 180. And that's going to give us our other angle. Then we'll zoom in a bit. And you'll see here that these aren't quite right either. Which means that this isn't quite right. There we go. Right, and what we can do is copy these. And basically, we need one more that way. Okay, we can use that as a guide. Okay, we'll blue that. Right, so this needs to go right. Right, and those are all okay. And there we go. So now we have some sort of a maze. Right, not perfect, but okay. And now what we can do is we can get our likey dude okay. And we can set them right there. Now what we need here is a navigation mesh. Okay. So we need I'm not quite sure where these are in Unreal Engine 5. Omar, the best bet is basically start with YouTube tutorials, but don't try and do complicated things, just learn the basics. It's going to be easier if you can speak English. I don't know if you can or you can't. Okay. So we need our litchi boy. Okay, and our litchi boy is not in there. So I'm guessing, yeah, he's in here. Okay. So in the meantime, we're going to say we're going to create, actually, you know what? In our undead pack, we're going to create a new folder and we're going to call it AI. Okay, and in here we're going to click on all classes and we're going to say AI controller and select that. So AI cont monster. Right. So we've created our monster and we need to actually check what our blueprint looks like to make sure yeah, he's got a movement component, so that's fine. So we're ready to go with that. Okay. So if we come back into here, then our AI right, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a blackboard. So that's going to be BB underscore monster, and then we're going to create a new was that a blackboard or a behavior tree? That was a blackboard. So we're going to create a behavior tree, and that's going to be BB underscore, oh, no it's not. It's going to be BT underscore monster. Okay, then we're going to open up our blackboard. We're going to say new key object, and we're going to say player, right, and this is going to be first BP first person character. Okay, and after that we're going to worry about it. Okay, but we're going to go to our tree and yep, that's what we want. Okay, so we don't need is dead because our monsters can't be killed. Do you speak any English, Omar de Jesus? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull down there and we're going to pull a selector. Okay. And all our monsters are probably going to be able to wander, okay? But we're going to go into our AI and into here. Then our this is going to go away, right? And then we're going to put a delay in because we need to get it to sort itself out, right? And then we're going to run behavior tree. Okay. And basically we're going to drag this to here. So we're going to be running this behavior tree. And that's all great. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually go into our... Now, what do you guys call this? A lich or a like? I call it a like, but most people you hear call it a lich. And I think that basically comes from the fact that... Right, so this is going to be placed in world or spawned, and the AI controller is going to be AI cont monster. Okay, now this is going to link everything together, and you'll see that in a second. And I've got a kind of eye on the Everton Man United game. Man United 1 and 2 on at the moment, by the way. So if we go to AI cont monster, we should be able to see this. Right, so when we run this, it should stop. There. And there we go. Right, so that's looking good. We're not going to worry about that too much. So now we need to go to our tree. Okay, and what we're going to do is, in our AI, we're going to say blueprints enumeration. Right, and we're going to call it E monster state. And we're going to open that, and we're going to add, and this one we're going to call it waiting. Then we're going to say wandering, and chasing, and we'll add one more. I don't know what if we're going to use these or not, but we'll just set them up anyway, and return to home. Okay. Right. So now what we can do is we can go back to our blackboard, we can add a new key, and it's going to be an enum, right, and it's going to be E monster state. Okay, and we know it's an enum, and it's going to be E monster enum type, and we say E monster state. Okay, we save that. So now when we look at our blackboard, our behavior tree, why is that not there? Why did it not say that? Okay, so that's E. Just call it. Ah, it is there. There, it's there. Delete that. Right, what has happened there? Right, okay, so that's a bit weird. But it's fine. Right, so what we're going to do here is we're probably going to do, we'll just bang in a sequence here, right? But this is going to be off, going to add a decorator, and it's going to be a blackboard, and it's going to be blackboard key E monster set, and it's going to be waiting. Okay, then we're basically going to duplicate that, then duplicate it again, then duplicate it again. Okay, and then this is going to go in here. This is going to go here. Then this is going to go there. Okay, save that. Now, what we're going to do is wandering, chasing, return to home. Okay. And if we go to here, right, we can get blackboard, okay, and then we can set value as enum, then we make a literal key, or a literal name, sorry, and this is just us setting up the basics, and this is going to be E monster state, and we're not going to do that. So make monster. Right. Okay, whatever. We make a variable. We'll just call it monster state. Right. And it's going to be monster state. Then we can basically set the default here. If we refresh it, it's going to be waiting, right? And we just pull this in to begin with. We just get it and pop it in there. And that basically sets our line right. Okay. And I mean, what we could do here, because we know what's actually what, we know it's always going to be the player that the monster is going to chase. We can actually set this up, right? So we can basically do the blackboard again, right? So we can duplicate that, and then we can set the value, right? So we can basically say set value as object. We'll probably need a bit more space than that. And the key name is player. Okay. And we are probably going to have to get pawn, right? But we're only going to have to do this once, right? And then we can cast to first person player character. Right, and we just pop this in here. Right, so basically that's going to set up our monster. So if we press play here, right, and then step over, step over, step over, then resume it. Then we should be able to have a look at our behavior tree, and you can see there's our lich, there's our player, and there's our state. Okay. And I do believe that we might actually have to put another one of these in as like a root node, but we'll see. But I'll tell you what we could do. In the meantime, what we could do is we could just stick a weight in here, right? We could duplicate that and just stick it on everyone before we actually do anything, right? Then we can duplicate that, drag these over here, and this just gives us something to work with. Okay. we can save that. And now if we press play, everything should be cool. Disable that, leave that there, go like that, then there we go. Right, we have it on waiting. Okay. Right. So our next part is in our AI, we perceive. Okay. So do we have it here? Doesn't seem to be on an override. Oh yeah, okay. Right, in our lich, right, we need to add a perception. Right? And then in our player, we need to add, so we're going to do AI sight, and the predominant one is sight. And that's fine. Right, so that's all good. We're not setting up anything else at the moment, right? We can have other ones, right? Like you can have, oh, wait, let's do that, right? We can have damage, hearing, prediction, sight, team, touch. Okay, but we're not going to have any of those for now. We could have a team, right? Because all the monsters could let all the other monsters know if the player is there. Right, now the next thing we need to do is we need to get our player character, and in our player character we need to add a perception stimulus, right, to say that we are going to stimulate any AI. Okay, now I don't know what this does. Auto register as source sounds good, but we're definitely going to do this for sight. Okay, then we can save that. So now if we go back, just make sure that's compiled. Then if we go back into AI Monster Controller, right, we can say perception, and it's actually an event. Right, where is this? Event. Oh, Manchester United just scored again. I don't know who it was that scored it, but let's see. No, it was Rashford. Okay, so it's none of them. Right, wait a minute. Has this now got the override? Apparently not. Can't remember where this is. It's like AI perceive. Do we need to add a perception to this? Right, I'll tell you what we'll do, right? Right, we'll add. Maybe it's the AI perception has to be on the AI rather than the. I might need to save that. AI perception. It's definitely an event. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. AI. Whoops. It's actually perceive. Okay, let's add that perception thing back in. Right. Perceive. Event. Well, I don't know why. Oh, wait a minute. Is that it? Yeah, here it's here. Yeah, this is it here. Now, is it that Yeah, it's this one here. Right, these can only ever have one target, so it doesn't. This is the one we want, right? So basically, if the our lich perceives the player, right, then basically what we do is this. Duplicate this. Whoop. Oh, it's going to be horrible, isn't it? Right, and just as a super check, we can cast to first person character, right? So we can make sure it is perceiving the first person character. Right? But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to update this, right? And we're going to change this to chasing. And that goes in there. I mean, we could actually still left that the way it was, actually, couldn't we? It's probably a bit tidier that way. Right, so all we need to do is align these, align right, and then we can compile that. And now we can test it, right? Our likey dude is away over here. So if we just bring him closer but turn him round to face the player. Now we are going to have to get the distance, etc. I don't know what that number is, but if we go here, right, we need this, and we need sight. Right, and then we need to set it up. Right, so that'll do for now. Okay. And we should be able to test it at this. Right. Now, our monster should have seen us. Apparently Rashford's goal was chopped off. Right, so that's weird. Okay. We'll escape that. stop that. Okay, and we shall go back to here. Right, we'll delete this component. We'll compile that. And we shall go back to here and add a breakpoint there. Okay. And that's not seeing us at all, which is a bit rubbish. Okay. I see, that's fine. Okay, that looks good to me. And we'll go back to our player and we'll check on his stimulus source, and this looks okay. Auto register as source. Yeah, go with that. And this is AI site. Right, that's fine. Everything else is fine. Save that. I'll try this again. I'm wondering. Nope. I was wondering if somehow it's coming out the back or something. Now, according to this, that should work. Okay. Well, let's try something else. Go back to here. Right, we'll just do a for each on this. Now, this shouldn't make any bleeding difference. And yeah, so it looks to me like, well, the perception isn't firing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it in and We're going to set it to active. And see if there's some weird thing that's going on here that's not doing it. Apparently not. Okay, well, I'm going to go and grab a cigarette. I'm going to load up an old project and find out what the heck is going on with this. Okay, so I shall be back in a moment. And we shall see what's going on with this. Oh, hi there, Bectazi Plays. At the moment, I'm working on a side little project as part of a sort of learning experience for students. And I'm just trying to put a game together that's exactly like other games. This isn't my big project. If you check my other streams for Fabrica Spas, then you'll see what the main project is. But this was just like a palette cleanser, you know, just to sort of refresh my mind and get ready to go again. Okay, so I shall be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Oh, okay guys, we're back and we're just waiting on another project loading up. Don't know where it is. It's loaded. Right, so I'm just going to check this. And it's basically and it is okay. So hang on a second here. I am just checking some things here guys, okay? Bear with me on this. I'm checking what has the AI perception and the AI stimulus. Okay. And actually well, that's weird. Now that is weird. Okay. That's weird. Right, let me show you this guys, okay? Okay, let me drag this in and let you see it. This is a previous one, okay? And on target perception updated, okay? Now, if we look at the AI perception, it's AI site config, AI site, that's set to normal, right? And it is on the AI, okay? So basically, if we check this against this, we basically have the same thing. Right? Except we don't have that. Okay, but if we put this back, right, and we check this against this, right, here is our AI. And those were all set in the other one, right? So we'll set that back to 90. And that's all okay. -1000 starts enable dominant sense, right? And that's all the way we done it, right? And if we check this against it, we've got same thing, 90, that, 0, 0, that, oh, max age. Okay, so we can set that to 3 and it's AI sense. Now, the very interesting thing is here is that in the player controller, for the other game, I did not see the stimulus. Okay, now I'm going to have to check that to see if it actually is there. So give me 1 second. And that is the other project. Bring this back so we've got the right project. Okay, so we've got the right project now, and we're looking for in our other, we're looking for dungeon controller. And the interesting thing is that our player controller and our other thing does not have a stimulus, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that for now. Then we're going to go in here, right? And we're going to delete this. Okay? And there we go. Ta-da! So if we resume that, right, the monster can now see us, and if we go to the tree, you can see that we're going to now be set to chasing. Okay? Right, cool. Now we've got a bit of our AI beginning to work. Okay, so in theory now, we can basically say, if we go to our life, now it has character movement, so that's fine. And then if we go to our behavior tree, we can basically say move to and then we can say player. Right? And then what we can do is, if we go to our AI, and I believe okay. So what we basically do here is we need another blackboard thing, right? And it's going to be a bool, and we say player detected. Save that. Okay. Apparently that takes a minute to update. I wonder if we just go save all, it'll do it. Apparently not. Interesting. Right. So we'll get it to chase us anyway, right? And then we'll see if we can actually run away. Right. Apparently not. Okay, well, in theory, I'm guessing this play move to isn't going to work because it needs a vector, right? So we'll add a blackboard key again. And it's going to be a vector. And we're going to say player location. Okay. I'm going to save that. And then save that. Alright, go to behavior tree. Then we're going to create a new task. So we'll go into our AI. Right, so can we create like a task for here? Apparently not. So we call this BT task get player location. Right, and we'd be better putting this in a new folder called tasks. So we'll call it AI tasks. Okay, and then we'll drop that into there. This kind of keeps it more organized. Okay. We do that, then we're going to have a variable and it's going to be called player. Alright, and that's going to be black. Yeah, that's right, blackboard key selector. Then we've got to set it to public. Then we're going to get this. Then we're going to get the blackboard key, get object. Then we're going to say actor location. Okay, we're going to have to cast it first. This isn't something that we really want to do. Okay, whatever. Cast to first person character. Actor location. Right, and we add another variable called player location. We drag that in, we get that, then we set vector. That goes into there. And then we finish execute. Success. Make that, compile that. Go back to our blackboard and we're going to get tasks and then BT task get location, right, and the player is player and the player location is player location. We save that. This moves to player and acceptable radius is fine. Okay. And we're actually going to move to player location. Okay. And I've probably missed a million comments here, except I haven't. And now our little lechy boy should be coming after us. Right, and apparently he's not. Okay. Let's have a check, right? I want to check one thing here. Right, the light is 1030690. Right, 1030690. Press play. Right, invalid at the moment. Right, now that should be moving. Okay. Let's move that to 0. Oh, that's what it is. You know what it is? I haven't got a navigation. I forgot I hadn't added navigation yet. That's why it's not moving. Right, so what we need to do is we need to add a navigation volume. Nav mesh bounds volume. Alright, how silly was that? Right, let's 0. Right. Right, there we go. There we go. Right. That's not what we wanted. Right, I should do it. Right, now if we look down in here, there we go. Right. Right, for some reason, there's a bad guy. And he chases after us. Right, it's going really slow for some reason. And he's still chasing us. Okay. So, we need to know if we go to AI, good afternoon, Josimar. I don't speak Portuguese, I'm sorry. Right, so what we can do here is right, so we basically come into here, right, and we branch, right, then these can move along a bit, and this can go up a bit. Oops. Right, so we can bring that down, and then we want to do this, but our I think it's player detected. Okay. Let's just check that on the blackboard. Yeah, player detected. Okay, so if we come back in, well, wrong one. Right, so if we come back in here, player detected, and we're not doing an enum, we're doing a bool, right? So bool and we're setting this bool value to true, right? And then we're duplicating this, okay, and then if it goes to false, we're setting this back to something else, probably waiting. Okay, so we're setting this back to waiting. It's probably going to be wandering at the end of the day, but we'll just keep things sensible, and detected is going to be false. Okay, so that's going to go in there. And that's going to go in there. Okay, so basically if we stop detecting, we're going to stop chasing. Okay, now how far 3000 is going to be quite a lot, I would reckon, and we're probably going to have to slow down the monster, okay, because I think at this point the monster is really blooming fast. So we're going to have to look at his character movement, and we're looking at max walk speed here. Max walk speed is, right, so that's just crazy. We're going to have to say 200 at this point. Okay. So we can save that. And we should be able to run away from him now. Okay. But we're going to have to have a look at this. Wait a minute. We need to go to here, and this give me a second here. What we're going to do is we're going to move this, undo that, because I don't know what happened there. Right, this is going to go to there. This is either going to be first or last, right? And this is not going to be that. It's going to be player detected is set. Okay. And now what we want to do here is basically outrun the monster. And there we go. Now, what I want to do is check on this. Because I want to see it actually doing this. Yeah, it did chase me. And there it stopped. Okay, so that's working fine. Right, and he stops. So how far did they go there? It's quite far, isn't it? Wow, that's crazy how far this guy's going. Right, that 3,500's way too big. And it looks to me like the age time is too high as well. Right? So it looks to me like this AI perception max age now the question is whether this is high or low. It looks to, well, let's set it to 2 and try it. Right? Press play. Right, here he comes, right? Oh, I've ran the wrong way. Can I run past him? Yeah, I can. Right, that stops pretty quick. Right. Now I'm guessing that, well, you could do it by distance as well, actually. Right, but obviously if he's sitting there doing nothing and going the wrong way, he's never going to see me. Right? Which is okay, but it's not ideal. Right? So what I'm thinking is here that we actually set the age time. I'm going to do a bit of investigation on this one. I want to know exactly what this means, because it's obviously not 3 seconds, because it was rubbish. Unless, of course, you can see through the walls. Right? Right, so if I press play here, right, I want to go back here because I want to see how long he stays. Oh. Right, so that seems like a much better number, right? 2 for some reason means 2's like a good number. Oh, you found me. Right, yeah. 2 sounds good. Now, I don't think my guy is quick enough. So I'm going to escape that. I'm going to go to the first person character. And I'm going to go to the movement. And then max walk speed. If we make that 800. And we're going to save that. Now, what I'm going to do is for tonight's stream, I'm going to see if I can contact the player or the person who likes this game and sort of recommended it. He wanted to make this game and I'm giving him some one-to-one tuition, and basically I wanted to build this myself to get an idea of what he's going to be doing, right? And then to be able to point him in the right direction. Okay? So I'm going to try to contact him and speak to him later and then find out what the other major parts or mechanics of this game are. And then we can work on that. Now, I do know that there's these pickups, okay? And basically this part here, when you pick up a certain number of candles, in the other game's case it isn't candles, but we're working with candles, okay? And then when you stop picking them up, you get like a bonus, right? Or you get a bonus as it goes up, but when you stop, it stops counting them, right? So we can see there we've got 22, right? So if I keep going now, it's going to start counting again. And 18, right? So the one thing I know we need to do is for us to, when we end the level, we need to make it back to a point. Okay? So we can escape that for now. But we have successfully added a chasing monster. We've adjusted all its speed and its AI. Right? We can go further than that. We have basically got our nav mesh, and we have basically closed off our first attempt at a maze. Now we still require some work, and I'm not sure if there's a stamina bar on this or not. We can look at that. In fact, I will look at that right now to see if there is an actual stamina bar on this particular game. Right?
Las palabras sobran cuando hay.
Right, and we'll turn the sound down so you can see this. Now let's see if there is an actual stamina bar. And I'm having to watch a Duracell bunny advert here. Right. So, no, I don't see no stamina bar. The wall, it's pretty... Okay. Right, the only thing we've got here is a mini-map. Okay, now it is doing a counter. Right, okay. And we have got... There is definitely a speed up. Okay. Looking at this here, there's definitely a speed up involved. And you've got to get to the demon, wherever that is. Okay, and obviously the elevator, there's an elevator in this game. The elevator is the end of level thing. Okay. And yeah. Right, well, we're going to carry on with this. And we're going to speak to some people who know more about the gameplay of this game, and we're going to find out what the idea is behind it. Hey, Marcus Games. Right, but at the moment right, I'll tell you what the differences are that I see right now. Right, differences is that our corridors are a bit wide, okay, but that's easy to fix. Right, we can fix that easy peasy, okay. These pickups give you a speed boost, I believe, right? So when you're picking these up, right, and there's a counter, okay, now I already have it counting them, so that's not a big deal, right? Now, the other thing is that I don't think, or at least I think, that they've done something with the controls to make them less sensitive, okay? So basically, your mouse isn't janking about so much. So basically, we want a bit of dampen on the mouse movement, right? So it's not that part there, it's this look left and look right, but on the mouse, okay? This needs to be slowed down a bit. So, well, basically this is the standard, right? But we need to slow this down, right? So we might multiply it by 0.7 or something, or just to dampen it, right? But that's another slight difference in the game, right? It's not quite so janky on the mouse. Now, well, one of the other things is the person that's playing it, he might be playing it on a gamepad, right? So that might be the difference, okay? That if he's using like, what do you call it? If he's using a gamepad and using the analog stick, it might actually be easier to play. Now, I could test that as well, I think. Yeah, I think I can plug a Xbox controller in and see how that goes, but yeah, that's another thing. Either he's using the gamepad or the mouse sensitivity has been basically pulled down a bit so that it's not so sensitive. Okay? So with that, if you've enjoyed the stream, hit the like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And we shall be back at 8 PM Central tonight. And if you want to support the channel or join Discord, then you'll find links in the description to the Discord, my Patreon, and my previous game on Steam. And you can even support by just adding that game to your wish list. Okay, so thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.